It was a bright Sunday, the kind that makes you forget pain exists. My wife, Lydia, and I had planned a family picnic by the riverside. My older brother, Martin, came with his wife, Elaine, and their 2 children. The kids were laughing, chasing butterflies, and throwing stones into the water. My son, Ethan, was the youngest, only 10 years old. He had the gentlest heart. The kind of child who'd share his toys, even if it meant going without. As the afternoon went on, the children started eating snacks. Elaine had brought some sweets for her kids, and when Ethan asked politely for one, she snapped, "Go ask your parents to buy you some." He looked confused, then turned away quietly. But I saw the sadness in his eyes. Later, I went to the car to get a blanket, leaving the children by the riverbank where Elaine sat scrolling on her phone. What happened next, I will never forget. According to what the other kids said, Ethan started crying again, softly, still asking for a sweet. Elaine got irritated and said, "Oh, stop crying, Ethan. You're a big boy. Go cool off in the water if you're so upset." And then, she pushed him. She said it was a joke. She said she thought he could swim. But Ethan couldn't. When I came back, I saw my wife running toward the water, screaming his name. "Ethan! Ethan!" I dropped everything and jumped in. The water was cold, fast, and dark. I kept diving under, shouting, choking, praying, until I saw his small shoe floating downstream. When they finally found him, he was gone. My world ended that day. The days after the funeral were a blur. Lydia wouldn't speak. She'd sit by the window every morning holding Ethan's favorite teddy bear. I couldn't sleep. The sound of water haunted me every time I closed my eyes. Elaine said it was an accident, that she didn't mean to do it. But an accident doesn't happen when someone chooses to push a child. An accident doesn't happen when someone's ego is bigger than their heart. My brother begged us to forgive her. He said, "Sam, please, it's tearing the family apart." I told him quietly, "My family is already gone." We didn't speak again after that. 6 months passed. The pain didn't fade, it just changed shape. I tried to go back to work, but every time I saw a little boy run past my office, I broke down. My wife and I started therapy, but even the counselor said, "Some wounds never close, they just stop bleeding." Then one evening my phone rang. It was my mother, her voice trembling. "Samuel, Martin's children are in the hospital." I froze. "What happened?" She whispered, "Food poisoning. They bought food from a street vendor after school. The doctors said it was expired. They didn't make it." I sat there in total silence. My wife walked into the room, and when she saw my face, she already knew. We didn't speak for a long time. Then she said quietly, "God doesn't always use fire or thunder. Sometimes He just lets life speak for Him." I wish I could say I felt happy or relieved, but I didn't. When I saw Elaine at the funeral, I almost didn't recognize her. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow, the same kind of emptiness we carried for months. She looked at me and fell to her knees. "Samuel, I didn't mean to. Please, please forgive me. God took my children because of what I did." I looked at her and said softly, "I already forgave you, but forgiveness doesn't erase consequences." She wept until her voice broke. And for the first time in months, I realized that sometimes pain comes full circle. Not because we wish it, but because the universe balances what we can't. Today there's a small wooden cross by the river where Ethan died. We visit it every year, bring flowers, and sit quietly. Sometimes, when the wind blows across the water, I can almost hear his laughter again. I don't hate Elaine anymore. But I'll never forget that moment, when my brother's wife turned a child's cry into a lifetime of sorrow. And I've learned something that I'll never unlearn. When you hurt an innocent heart, life has a way of finding yours. Moral lessons. Never let anger or pride decide how you treat a child. One moment of cruelty can destroy a lifetime. What you give to the world always finds its way back to you, good or bad. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, it means letting go of hate so karma can do its work. Family isn't just about blood. It's about protecting the innocent, not breaking them. God's justice may come slowly, but it never forgets. If this story touched you, kindly support us by leaving a like, sharing and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our stories. Thanks for watching.